Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's good. I watched back the stream from yesterday. I don't know why I sounded so asleep. I sounded like so asleep the entire time. But today I've had 3 protein bars, and I've had some juice, and I've had a box of strawberries. So hopefully I feel less asleep. No promises. No promises. Fish says, "I'm checking." What are you checking, Fish? You've left out the important part of the puzzle here. So I'm curious as to what you're checking. Christian of Inter Milan fame says, "Ciao, ciao." How you doing, Christian? Hope you're well. Hope you're doing good. Christian said hi. Fish said yo without telling us what he's checking. I checked the pronunciation for your team, by the way. Is it Gornik Zabje? Is that correct? I think it's closer. I don't know if it's 100% accurate. Bagwell says hi. How you doing? Hope you're good. Flexi says give this man the Ballon d'Or. And then two emotes of Salah. I'm with you. Give it to Salah, man. These Rafinha, the Rafinha hype is just not it. The Dembele hype is also not it. So yeah, let's give it to Salah. Pancho 1235242 says, "How was your day?" Not bad. I'm kind of tired, but it is Thursday. But yeah, not bad overall. How about you? How was your day? Hope it was good. Fish says, "Bree Bickus Dickus is cute. Google him." I don't know why you make me Google these people. I will do it since you asked nicely. I've no clue. This is literally a penguin. This is literally a. See, look, I'm trying to be a fish. I've got the bloody. Oh, 1 second. 1 second. As I was saying, I was trying to be efficient with the kind of lineups over here. And Pancho is also asking me serious questions. But you're telling me to Google Bree Bickus. It's a penguin in Roman armor, by the looks of it. Why are you telling me to Google this? What is this? I don't even know what this is. I don't know what relevance this has. Bree fucking adverts, man. 1 second. Is a character in Italian brain rot. I don't know what any of these words mean, but I'll look into it later. Pancho says, so you think Lamine Yamal is right about what he said? What did he say? You have to tell me what he said. What specifically did he say? Lamine. Yeah, let me know what he said, and then I will get back to you. Fish said, "So cute." Yes, we've established that. We've established we've established how bizarre some of your thoughts are. This game is kicked off. Let me set the timer, and then we're at least pretending we're watching the game. Oh, Manu, I think it's Manu KONATE is there. Dan Daven saying, "Hey bro, I think Slot should sell Nunes and get a proven striker in." Yeah, I'm with you on that 100%. I think Nunes, we've given him 3 seasons now. Like it's just not gonna work, is it? And I think if we leave it one more year, because I see some people saying, "Oh, give him one more chance," but I'm like, how many chances? How many chances are you gonna give the guy? Firstly, and secondly, I think if we give him one more year, I think his value is just gonna tank further. So I do agree. I think this is the right time to kind of sell him. And apparently, also, if he plays one more game, um, if he plays one more game, we've got to kind of pay an additional fee. So I think this is the right time to kind of sell him. Gyökeres, Liverpool should go for. To be honest, like he scores a lot of goals, but I don't quite see the kind of fascination with him unless you can fill us in. But with Gyökeres, like, I mean, I guess he's a good finisher, but I don't really see. I don't really see kind of what his strengths are, but I'd love to know. Pancho has said he said if he wins the Nations League, he'll probably win the Ballon d'Or over Dembele. One second. So Lamine is saying, as in Lamine should win the Ballon d'Or, as in he's talking about himself, that he should win it himself. I don't know about that. I think to win the Ballon d'Or, you need some sort of individual trophy, hopefully, like a Premier League, a Champions League. I guess he does have La Liga, so I guess that argument has gone out the window. But I'd give it to Salah kind of based on his numbers and based on the fact that he's still doing it at an age where kind of many people are willing to kind of write him off. Johnny says, what did I miss? We're just kind of talking about Darwin Núñez, talking about the Nations League and so forth. Fish is posting cheesecake backwards. I appreciate that. RG255 is back. Good to see. How you doing? Hope you're well. Hopefully today's game will be a bit more energetic compared to yesterday's. Liverpool need to give Diaz a longer contract. Yeah, this is something that was in the news today. I think Diaz himself came out and said something along the lines of, I don't know if they'll give me a contract, but we need to talk to other clubs anyway in case they don't want to give me a contract. It's a bit bizarre that the player himself is speaking so candidly. Like you don't see that very often. That to me says Diaz perhaps doesn't have many offers. Like if he's saying that so candidly. But I see the logic behind giving him another contract. I mean, I think he's had a good season. He can play multiple positions. He's on quite low wages now. So I think if we were to give him another contract, it wouldn't kind of be on ridiculous wages. The counter argument, I guess, is that he's kind of approaching that 30 mark, and how long can he keep up this standard? For me, either give him a new contract or sell him. Like, don't let him go on a free, because that's we need to kind of get out of that. We need to get out of that pattern. Fish says, name 5 former Arsenal players that are still playing. Fish, you ask this question every single day. You asked the same question yesterday. Let's just change the team up. Can it be Chelsea? Maybe Man United? I don't know. Maybe even Liverpool. Like yesterday, it was 5 former Arsenal players. And I see we have Pixel as well. Pixel can attest. You also asked this question last week, where I think Pixel mentioned, was it Ox? But I think I was coming up with 4, and then Pixel mentioned the 5th one, and I was like, yeah, that's a good choice. So I like the game, but let's change the team around, because otherwise we can just pick the same 5 that we picked yesterday. But see, now you're going to test my memory from yesterday. I think yesterday we said Raheem Sterling, Bernd Leno. Oh, fucking hell. See, I can't even remember yesterday. Raheem Sterling, Bernd Leno, Aubameyang, Lacazette. And then you said Maitland-Niles. And who's that one that's gone to Fulham? Emile Smith-Rowe. There you go. These nuts, Livramento versus Harry Potter. I appreciate that. Johnny says, sorry for missing yesterday's game. That's all right. You didn't miss anything. It was kind of boring as hell, if I'm honest. But good goal by Florian Wirtz. Got Pixel says, hey Dan, how you doing, Pixel? Hope you're well. Hope everything's good. Hope everything's good on the East Coast. Although it is technically west of where I am. But East Coast, East Coast for you. I would sell Chiesa. I thought Chiesa transfer was a panic signing last season. I hear what you're saying. I think for me it was more of a, perhaps not a panic signing, perhaps more of a worth the risk kind of thing, if you know what I mean. Because like he was only 12 million quid, and the last season he had with Juventus was quite good. Appreciate he had his injury problems, but for the sake of 12 million, you might as well take the risk. But yeah, it looks like he might be off as well. What was the score yesterday? I think it was 2-1 to Portugal. Florian Wirtz scored. Really good goal. Then somebody scored for Portugal. I don't remember who. And then Ronaldo scored the winner. Spain will win, says Johnny. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening. I think Yamal is on absolute fire right now. And the guy on the opposite flank, Williams, I know that kind of, I don't think he's particularly bad either. I think Lamine Yamal wins the Ballon d'Or. Oh, do you think? Like I understand. I understand the logic. I understand the logic. Maybe we're just all kind of mentally conditioned to thinking it's going to be Salah, or it's going to be Rafinha, or it's going to be Dembele. But like if Yamal did win it, I wouldn't begrudge it, if you know what I mean. I'd really like to see Salah win it. Salah's not like a, how do I say it? He's not like a sexy name, if you know what I mean. But like Yamal is, and he has that PR. Again, I'm not playing him down. I think he's amazing. But I just want, I just really want Salah to win it. Bobby the goalie says Orsanali, Bologna winger, is really good, and perhaps Berardi leaves Sassuolo. Okay, what wing is this Orsanali guy? Is he left wing? Is he left wing or right wing? Let us know. Pixel said it's hot as boils. Yeah, 33. Ah, 33. Yeah, 33 degrees. That's too much, man. Right now. What is it in England? 13 degrees. It's 13 degrees, so 1-3. And I am boiling hot, man. Got my fan and everything. Yeah, 33. 33. That's too much. When I went to Prague last month, it was like 22. Even that shit was too hot. When I went to New York, was it February, March? It was 10 degrees. That was perfect. 10 degrees, you can walk, you don't get sweaty, you don't get dehydrated. Give me 10 degrees again. So like I'm not going on any holidays until it gets cold again, because I just don't like the hot weather. Doesn't help that like completely effing covered in hair as well. So my body temperature is like 10 degrees hotter than normal. So oh god, it's too hot, man. It's too hot. I don't like it. And then people are like, "Oh, why are you going to New York now? Why don't you go when it's hot?" And I was like, "I like it when it's cold. I like it when it's cold. I love it when it's cold. I walk, like I'm not like a beach guy. I'm a walk and explore type of guy. Like this heat, I'm struggling. Got one fan here. I got another fan here. I got air conditioner downstairs. I got air conditioner upstairs. It's like I hate the summer. I proper hate the summer." I would sell Chiesa back to Italy, says Dan Daven. I think that's what's going to happen, you know. And you know what? I think we will also make a profit, which will be fantastic. Johnny, I'll read out the whole number. I need to do this at least once per stream whenever Johnny joins. Johnny 69, 69, 69, 69, 53, 26, 54 says Yamal will destroy every single one. Mbappe only have a chance, you reckon? Oh, do you mean today? Do you mean today? I thought we were I thought you meant the Ballon d'Or. But yeah, in terms of today, Mbappe is up front. To be honest, l'attaque de Français is looking pretty good. They got Dembélé, Olise, Doué, Mbappe. I don't know why that came out so French, but like, I guess the point I was trying to make, even the guys behind Mbappe, they're looking pretty good. Spain versus Portugal final could be a tasty Nations League final. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the final. I can't lie. That's on Sunday. Johnny's started the Ter Stegen hate train again. the other day, I think it was Johnny versus Sonny, and I was thinking, oh god. Have you been to Alton Towers? Says RG255. I think when I was younger, I have. I don't have many fears, but heights is one of them. I don't like heights. Man. Spiders I'm good with. Most things I'm good with, but like heights I don't like. So you're probably, I think you were saying that you're at school, but like you're probably better at heights than I am. I don't like heights. Tomorrow, Colombia versus Peru at 9:15 your time. Is that 9:15 a.m. or 9:15 p.m.? The only criticism about Diaz last season, he was a little inconsistent in Champions League last season. I hear ya. He definitely kind of scored in buckets, if you know what I mean. So it's like here's a bucket of 5 goals, and then maybe quiet for a bit, and then here's another bucket of 5 goals, and then quiet again. But I'd rather have buckets than no buckets, like Højlund, if you know what I mean. Højlund didn't even have a cup. Like Højlund just had nothing. So and the good thing is kind of when Diaz's bucket was empty, Cody would fill the bucket. I don't know what this analogy is about. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I think you understand what I mean. It'll be interesting. To kind of see what happens. Dan David says, I'm your biggest fan. I appreciate you, Dan David. I appreciate the support on the gaming channel as well. I appreciate that. Same, I sweat like a dog. Yeah, like even now, right? Like I don't know if this is gonna sound disgusting. It's not, but like it's 13 degrees, right? I'm doing laundry like every 2-3 days. Every 2-3 days in the washing machine, in the dryer, done. And that's another thing. That's another thing that I hate about the summer. Your admin tasks just go up. You got to do laundry every 2-3 days. Also, I have to water all the plants outside repeatedly because they get dry. It's like the admin tasks just go up in the summer. I hate the summer. I hate the summer. And then you work with these people. They're like, "Oh, the summer is lovely. Oh, I want to." You're like, mate, I hate the summer. I hate the summer. But all the people I work with, they love the summer because they get a bit of sun. And I'm like, guys, I don't want no sun. I don't want no sun. Johnny says, I'm a big fan of you. I appreciate that. Pixel says, I love Umar's stream. Appreciate that as well. Appreciate the support, guys. Very, very humbling. And yeah, I appreciate you guys being here as well. You keep me company, keep me sane to a certain degree. I can sometimes get very bad migraines if it's really hot weather. Yeah, I don't like. That's another downside, right? And like, again, I'm going to continue this rant about the summer. If it's cold, you can put layers on and you can warm up. But if it's hot, you can't really do anything, right? Like a fan, if it's really, really hot, a fan is just going to keep on blowing effing hot air at your face, which then gives you a headache. Now, I've got a few air conditioners. Because that's how much I hate the heat. They're good, but our electricity in the UK is like so expensive. So whilst I've got it on, I'm loving it, but I'm also thinking, damn, my bill's gonna be super high. So I can never win. Dan Daven says, I've entered a competition on Talksport Radio to go to the FIFA Club World Cup final. Nice. Hope you win that. It'll be a real nice experience. I think if you do win that, I think you'll see Real Madrid at the very least. So fingers crossed. RG255 lives in Grantham. Is that like around Essex, around there? Grantham, I think. I could be wrong though. Johnny says, where is Sunny? Sunny's not here at the moment. That's probably a good thing after you two at each other's throats the other day. You were like, Ter Stegen is trash. And he's like, Ter Stegen's the best. And it's me in the middle. It's like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? Colombia should beat Peru. Yeah. Should do. Kyle loves Primrose Valley 2025. Says, Heidi, watch the game. I don't want to pay for Amazon Prime though. Yeah, unfortunately, I think Prime's pretty much the only way to do it. I don't blame you though. I don't blame you. Like, I try not to kind of have Prime too much. Like, I tend to get it in specific months and not have it in other months, because I find that when I do have Prime, I just buy like tons of other stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's Prime has its advantages and its disadvantages. But I try just to get it in specific time periods now. Who are you rooting for? I'd probably go for France because they have more Liverpool players, right? They've got KONATE. I'm just trying to see. There's no Spanish Liverpool players. Yeah, I'd go for France because France have KONATE, and also Spain have Zubamendi, who is apparently pulling the same nonsense on Arsenal now that he pulled on us last year. He's like, yeah, I'm going to join. And then the last second he'll be like, nah, I want to stay in Spain. So we're just watching that whole thing transpire now at Arsenal. And we're like, yeah, we experienced this last year. So yeah, my preference is France. But I mean, if Spain win, fair enough. You know what I mean? How about you guys? Who do you guys want to win? Liverpool Edit says, can you rate my edits? I can make a note to do it after the stream if you want. Liverpool Edit said, rate my edits. I will do it. We'll do that afterwards. Colombia, but Brazil need to start winning under Carlo. I hear ya. They've got a fine manager though, Ancelotti. I feel like Ancelotti was disrespected to a certain degree. That's the thing with Real Madrid. Like, if you're winning, they love you, but as soon as you have like a little blip in form, instantly you're trash, instantly you're rubbish, and instantly they want to get rid of you. So I hope a certain right back enjoys that next year. It'll be fantastic. Because you just know, right? You just know as soon as he makes a mistake, they're going to be on him. Is that Shirky? No, it's Rabiot. Only thing good about summer is ice cream. Yeah, I'm here. Oh, okay, you got a good point there. Don't mind a bit of ice cream. Even like, have you seen like the low calorie ice cream that they come out with? Yeah, like Halo Top, that sort of stuff. It's good, man. Like the entire ice cream pot is like 350 calories, so you can literally eat the whole thing and like not feel bad about it. I would recommend those. They're really good. I've actually got an ice cream machine as well in my kitchen. I need to start using that again. But yeah, I'm with you on ice cream. Ice cream is pretty good. Ah, Lincolnshire. Nice, nice. Dan David says, I live in Banbury near Coventry. Yeah, I think, is that like Coventry, Oxford area around there? FIFA Club World Cup is on the zone. Were you saying the other day like they've got like a free trial or something? Because if they've got like a free trial, I might check that out. I'm going to make a note of that as well. Because I swear the other day, I think you were saying they've got like a free trial or something. So I might have to check that out, you know. I'm excited for the Club World Cup. Gonna go see Porto versus Palmeiras. Very nice, very nice. What was the last game you went to? Was it New York versus LA? I think, and it was like 20-0 or something, something crazy. So yeah, if it's a similar game to that, it should be quite the memorable occasion. Okay, we've changed teams slightly. I'm liking this. Instead of being asked for Arsenal players every time. Ooh! Mr. Nico Williams just smacked it into the goal. Like the ball was just flopping about in the box, and then it just fell to Nico Williams' foot. Oh God, they're showing KONATE. I hope KONATE didn't fluff it up. But actually, I hope he did fluff it up so that it will reduce his negotiating position with his new contract. I just want to see what happened. Yes, you're dancing, you're celebrating, but show us the goal. You know what I mean? Okay, here you go. So Yamal had the ball on the right wing, dribbling at Rabiot. I perhaps wouldn't blame KONATE for that too much, to be fair. Holding off the striker. I think you could perhaps blame Kalulu for that. The right back. Yeah, I wouldn't blame KONATE for that. I wanted to blame KONATE for that, so that it might reduce his wage demands, but I don't think we can. Name 5 old Man City players, says RG255. Okay. Sergio Aguero, he's 1. Vincent Kompany, 2. David Silva, 3. Richard Dunn, 4. Robbie Fowler, 5. James Milner for a bonus, is that 6? Raheem Sterling for another bonus, that's 7. Mario Balotelli for another bonus, that's 8. Carlos Tevez for another bonus, that's 9. Let's see, can I double it? Now I'm going to struggle to double it, right? Not Arjen Robben, he played for Chelsea. Who's that left back who didn't know how to behave? I've forgotten his name, you know. Laporte. Okay, Laporte. Centre back. There's 10. City fan says, game is gone. Why do I have to pay £3 even though I already paid for Prime Video? Game is gone. Game has well and truly gone. And this is the problem when this is the problem, I think, with there being kind of so many broadcasters. You just kind of end up paying so much money. What they need to do, right? Because they complain about football piracy. They say, oh, we've lost £1 billion from people not viewing it. What they need to do is just kind of get one subscription. Ooh, Spain through here again, and Spain have scored again. But the point I was going to make is more important than this goal. What they need to do is get one subscription, £20 a month or whatever. Maybe they could even charge a bit more than that. And I think if they did that, they'd get so many more people signing up, and they'd probably make more money. But pretty much all of football now is just about kind of greed, and that's just another example of it. I think Real or Barcelona could win the FIFA Club World Cup. Are Barcelona in it as well? I didn't know that. I thought it was just Real Madrid. But yeah, Spain are 2-0 up. As you can see, I haven't even updated the score from the first one. But I can update in one go. A nice finish there by Arsenal's centre forward. Mbappe will be offside 10 times. Only 10 times? Will be offside 10 times in the first half. Dan Daven says, I wonder what Mbappe was thinking when PSG were lifting the Champions League trophy. Mbappe chose to leave PSG last season. Yeah. He was probably thinking, damn, I wish I was part of that. It happens very often. Like, you lose a star striker and then you go on to win things. I mean, Liverpool lost Michael Owen in 2005. And then when Liverpool lost Michael Owen in 2005, they then won the Champions League. So Mbappe can perhaps ask Michael Owen how he felt and see if they feel the same. I think what happens is, like, if a big star leaves, everyone else kind of steps up, and the team as a whole is stronger. Yes, Banbury or Oxford, between Coventry and Oxford. Very nice. Liverpool should go for Xavi Simons if the price is right. What I'm concerned about is, in this market, suddenly everyone is £100 million player. Like, if you can pass the ball 5 yards, £100 million player. You know, if you know how to put your shoes on, £100 million player. So if the price is right, I hope it's. It's something that they could explore. The only kind of slight concern I'd have is, is he kind of versatile enough, and is he strong enough for the Premier League? And does he have the physicality for the Premier League? I don't know if Xavi Simons does, but here's somebody who does. Jeremy Frimpong says, "Sup? I'm good, Jeremy. I hope you're having a nice time. I hope you're having a nice time at the internationals." But yeah, this is the real Jeremy Frimpong. Frimpong, somebody that I'm excited to see. To the extent where, on Saturday, I don't think I'm going to watch the England game, to be fair. I think I'm going to watch the Netherlands game. Because Netherlands is basically Liverpool at this point, right? You've got Frimpong, you got Gakpo, you got Van Dijk, you got Gravenberch. So to me, like, we don't have any Liverpool now, but we kind of have half Liverpool on the weekend. So, excited to see Frimpong. Frimpong does kind of play as a right winger for Netherlands, but I'm not fussed about that. We get to see his attacking talents, his attacking ability. Johnny says, I don't know why people say PSG are underdogs. They spend so much money, oil money, over the years. Yeah. It's like, over the years, and also in January, they bought Kvaratskhelia. I appreciate the transfer fee itself was not particularly high, but he is being paid a handsome wage. So yeah, I wouldn't. I think the verbiage and the conjecture that they use is PSG have a young team, and when people say the word young, I think sometimes it's misconstrued with youngsters who are cheap. But I'm like, yeah, they are young, but they're like £50 million players young. Like Dembele, he was expensive. Doué from Rennes, he was expensive. Kvaratskhelia from Le Napoli, he was expensive. So whilst they are young, they are still expensive signings. I think that's the misconception sometimes. Spurs in takeover talks. While knowing, we were talking about this yesterday. Is it Qatari? You were saying new Qatari owners, and they're gonna sack Ange and get their own guy in. Personally, like, and again, this could be complete nonsense, but Daniel Levy doesn't seem like the type of guy to be easy to deal with, and doesn't seem like the type of guy who would easily give up control. Ooh, France, Mbappe with a terrible shot there. Let's see what happens. Let's see. I think Qataris will get sick of dealing with Daniel Levy. Daniel Levy is the type of guy to kind of sack Ange before, kind of sack Ange before the deal's done, kind of thing, and then the deal falls through, and then he's left with no manager. Pixel says, "Is it Jehovah?" Pretty much. Even now, like, Spain are attacking. On the one hand, like, I appreciate the fact that there's been quite a few goals, but on the other hand, I'm like, come on, France, show a bit more urgency. Can you explain Leicester City, as in when they won the Premier League? I don't want to say it was a weak league, because I think that diminishes a glorious achievement. And if it's such a weak league, why couldn't Liverpool win it? If it was such a weak league, why couldn't Man United win it? So I think they had like a certain kind of underdog mentality about them. They had like a level of belief about them. I think other teams perhaps underestimated them. And to round it all off, they had an amazing striker up front in Jamie Vardy. And I think you put all those things together, you're in with a good shot. Dan Daven said, Pixel, which players from South America could you see coming to the Premier League clubs? That's a good question. Pixel is the chief scout of South America. As we've seen with Crystal Palace's right back, who's been very good. Was very good in the FA Cup final as well, against Man City. If Liverpool hadn't got Frimpong, he could have been a good option, I think. It's a consortium that's looking to buy Tottenham, according to Football Insider website. Interesting. We'll see what happens. Like with that Daniel Levy guy, I don't want to say control freak, but you know what I mean. He just seems like very hard to deal with, very stubborn. I was going to say a bit like me, but a consortium could be interested, but let's see what happens. RG255 says, "I leaving soon. No worries. Take care. Hope you have a nice evening." Yamal should have win the Golden Boy. Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to think of a counter to that to say kind of who else could they be, but like, I don't think anyone else is kind of on Yamal's level at the moment. So, what more kind of? I don't have a response to that other than I think you're correct. Oh, there you go, Johnny. Now we have Sunny. Okay, we will agree to disagree on Ter Stegen, yes, and then we will move on. Sunny says, Spanish dynasty is about to school France yet again for a second time. What happened to the Ballon d'Or for Snake Bele? Well, he's not having a particularly good game. I mean, are we seeing a microcosm? I'm going to get a bit deep and philosophical here. Are we seeing a microcosm of what happened at PSG? Like when Mbappe is there, then Dembele kind of feels like he's in his shadow and then doesn't excel. So is this France team to a certain degree a microcosm of the PSG from last year? Probably not, but I think you understand the point I'm making. Maybe they just need to take Mbappe off and then Dembele will do his thing. Tottenham finished 17th, which is why Ange could get sacked. I hear ya. The counter argument to that is he did win them a trophy. I think Rios could fit into a lower table side. Richard Rios, the Palmeiras central midfielder, who Pixel will see in person very soon. Mastuono is being linked. He's more of a development player. Is he the winger? Is he the Argentine winger? He was linked with Liverpool and a few kind of Premier League clubs. I think I read something yesterday. He might be off to Real Madrid, but I don't know how much truth there is in that. Sonny says, which is the greater achievement, Leicester winning the Premier League or the treble of Man United and City? It's a good question. I wonder what everyone else's opinion is. For me, it's Leicester winning the Premier League. Because I think, like, if you're like the favourites for the Premier League, I don't think it's as big a leap to then win 2 more trophies as it is to be a relegation favourite and win the league. Yamal has already won and he can't win again. Okay. Is that why? That makes sense then. Johnny says, Sonny, how are you, Ter Stegen fan? He's very good. He's very good. We've agreed to disagree on the Ter Stegen thing. Because my hands can only click and show these comments so quickly. It's like, oh, Ter Stegen's rubbish. Oh, Ter Stegen's amazing. I'm like, oh. You can only win once, the Golden Boy. And Messi is the only one to win a Golden Boy. And Ballon d'Or. Can Yamal be second? I'm hearing like lots of Yamal Ballon d'Or shots today. Where does this come from? Was it because Yamal put out a quote? I think somebody mentioned earlier about him winning the Ballon d'Or, and now Yamal is suddenly in that convo. Like I thought it was like a Salah Dembele thing. Like, has Yamal squeezed his way in? I appreciate Yamal's amazing. But I think they need to give it to Salah. Also, like with Yamal, right? I don't know if this should factor into the conversation, and I don't know if this should factor into the thinking. But like Yamal is gonna win the Ballon d'Or like 5 times at least in the next few years. You know what I mean? Like Yamal, you're gonna win the lottery 5 times in the next years. Just let Salah have one. Just let him have one. He's not gonna win it next year. Just let him have one, man. Again, I don't know if things work like that, but I think you understand the point I'm making. Ooh, Williams is through, but it's snuffed out by Longley. Sonny's doing very well because of the scoreline right now. It might get even better. Here's Yamal. If Palace win the Premier League. Oh, you're saying that would be a big achievement if Crystal Palace win the Premier League? It would, yeah. I don't think they will, but if they did, that would be pretty amazing. I still prefer Rafinha, Salah, or Dembele. Yeah, this Yamal thing seems to have just come out of... Perhaps come out of nowhere is an exaggeration, but it didn't seem to be a talking point last week. Messi will win the Ballon d'Or because of the 2022 World Cup. Yeah. Messi will win the Ballon d'Or because he's Messi. Messi could score 1 goal the whole season, but he'd still be one of the favourites. Give him more time, and I know it's a hot take, but Pedri when he played was better this season than Yamal. Interesting point. What I feel like kind of typically with these kind of Ballon d'Or things, they seem to favour the forwards in general. I appreciate Rodri won it last year, but it seems to be more of like a striker type of award. It's just the impression I get. It perhaps shouldn't be like that. There's very good defenders. In that season where Van Dijk came second to Messi, I thought he should have won it. But it is what it is. Here's Yamal again. That was a poor pass. That was a poor pass. That's not a Ballon d'Or quality pass. Salah would have done that pass. Pedri was Barcelona's engine, says Johnny. Yeah, I hear ya. I hear ya. Barcelona seem to have kind of grown and progressed past the kind of Messi era and have now built another formidable team with another set of very good youngsters. Pedri being one, Yamal being another. Like they're not like they don't feel like they're still kind of stuck in that era, if you know what I mean. So I think they're going to be dangerous again next year. Especially like considering Real Madrid are going to be weaker next year because they're going to have Trent. So I think Barcelona could dominate. Ooh, poor finish there by Dembele. Dembele was offside as well. France is a kit. It looks alright. It's not bad looking. I just don't like the giant chicken. They could have surely come up with something that looks a bit more sophisticated than that. But I like the kit. It's nice. It's mainly because of the iconic moments, and it's very rare to see a midfielder do multiple key moments. And for a striker, if you score 30 plus goals, you're bound to have more moments. Yeah, I hear ya. And I think that point is exacerbated further for a defender. And I think the point is exacerbated even further for a goalkeeper. Like, let's say like Alisson or Courtois. Both kind of very good keepers, but they're never in these conversations for Ballon d'Or. Like, it seems to be more of an outfield player thing, firstly. And I think secondly, like, more of an attacking type of award. Yamal with a good pass though. That should be 3. Oh, and it is 3. Is that Dean Howson of Real Madrid fame has scored a volley? What the hell are La France doing? Oh, Michael Oliver's going to moan about something though. He feels the need to be the center of attention, so I think he might. Okay, yeah, Howson was offside. It's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I mean, he looked offside. But they're checking it. Johnny said, man, my biscuits ended so early. Biscuits, aka cookies, for our cousins across the pond. What biscuits were you eating? Now you're making me hungry for biscuits. I've not had biscuits in a while, you know. I might have to pop to the shop after this. Actually, nothing's gonna be open at this time. I might need to pop to the shop tomorrow. Chocolate cookies, very nice, very nice. Can't go wrong with chocolate cookies. Dembele with a poor shot there again. Like both Dembele and Mbappe, they have this obsession with shooting it straight at the keeper. What I find amusing is that suddenly, if Spain wins the Nations League, Yamal should win the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, that's kind of the point I was trying to make. Like the nation, I appreciate they won La Liga, but why is the Nations League like an extra feather in your cap to propel you to an individual award? Basically, I'm like, Nations League is like a pointless trophy. Who cares? That shouldn't be like a thing. It's like saying, yeah, we won the Community Shield, so we should get X, Y, Z. Yeah, says the delusional fanboys like, yeah, exactly. Since when did the Nations League count as an important trophy? It's just yeah. I actually hadn't even read the rest of your message. I was just looking at the football, but you just basically said the same thing I was saying. Like it's like the Community Shield. Who cares? Yeah. For me, kind of Salah's numbers kind of speak for themselves. He won't win it, but I hope he does. Sonny says, Johnny, who's the greatest Barcelona goalkeeper? Oh, which ones do you remember? I remember Victor Valdez. I think Pepe Reina played for Barcelona for a little bit. Obviously Ter Stegen. Obviously Chesney, what's his name? Victor Valdez is the one that I remember the most clear. Here you go. I'll give you some inspiration and some suggestions here. Inaki Pena, Chesney, Ter Stegen, Neto, Silesen. I'll try and pick the ones that only have like lots of appearances. Claudio Bravo. Yeah, Victor Valdez. Lots of Victor Valdez. Victor Valdez was the damn keeper for a while. Roberto Bonanno. I do not remember Roberto Bonanno. Yeah, after this is where my memory goes a bit hazy. I don't even think that Victor Valdez was all that, to be fair. I feel like he was just in a very good team that didn't concede many chances. Did Victor Valdez go to Man United, or am I imagining that? Did he go to Man United? Yeah, he did. He did, yeah, for 2 years. He had 2 appearances, though. I was like, did I imagine that shit? Because for some reason, I was like, Victor Valdez, was he at Man United? He was. 2 appearances. Not Ter Stegen, says Johnny. Pixel says, where's my friend Durwood? I'm not too sure. She was here yesterday. Hopefully will join us for the second half. It has to be Valdez because he was part of the era of dominance for Barcelona. I hear. Valdez was good because he was early on playing with his feet. I see. So perhaps he was a pioneer. A pioneer of what goalkeepers evolved into being. He kind of did it first, the kind of playing at your back. Playing at your back? No. Playing at the back. Because back in the day, goalkeepers were not... Well, both goalkeepers and defenders were not particularly good with their feet. So Valdez kind of set a new level from a ball playing perspective, but he wasn't a world class goalkeeper, as in a stopper. I think, yeah, that's another way of saying it. He was ahead of his time. He was ahead of his time with the distribution. Yeah, kind of when I was saying like he's a pioneer ahead of the time. Yeah. Victor Valdez has the most number of clean sheets for La Liga, the same where Casillas, the same league where Casillas had played. Fair enough. I think during that period, and again, I don't want to take anything away from Valdez, but I feel like Barcelona were just so dominant that he perhaps wasn't challenged to the extent that perhaps some others would. But to be fair, you could make, as I say that, you could make the same argument about Casillas. Yeah. But I think Pixel's point about him being a pioneer and being ahead of his time, that makes a lot of sense. Because I remember that. And I remember like it being a bit weird and it being a bit different. But yeah, nowadays everyone's like that. So you can say everyone is kind of following what he did. Johnny says not Ter Stegen. Fair enough. Puyol too was a good ball playing defender. Yeah, I remember Puyol on his little perm. I think a lot. I think Barcelona, in many different positions, kind of reinvented how things were done. Puyol in terms of kind of ball playing from a defensive perspective, Valdez in terms of kind of playing at the back. Even someone like Dani Alves. Remember Dani Alves? He was bombing up and down the right flank as a fullback when that was not fashionable. Like back in the day, you had like Gary Neville's who would just kind of sit back. Your Gary Neville's would be like in line with your Ferdinand and your Vidic. Or who did Liverpool have back then? Like your Jan Kronkamps, your Steve Finnans, your Hossamis. Like back then, it was more. Glenn Johnson came after that, who did kind of bomb forward, but like you can also say Dani Alves kind of was a pioneer from a right back perspective in terms of kind of getting up and down the pitch. Also, another thing, like, from what I recall, and again, this is probably nonsense, but from what I recall, Barcelona were kind of one of the first teams, from what I remember, who kind of moved over to like a 4-3-3 when everyone was doing 4-4-2. And was it when they played like Man United, and like Man United had a 4-4-2, but Barcelona had like a 4-3-3, and like Barcelona absolutely destroyed them with this like alien looking formation. I remember at the time it just looked so weird because we were all like programmed to believe you need to have 4 midfielders, because if you don't, you're gonna lose the battle. But they just came up with a new way of doing it. It's funny how things work out. And in my opinion, Victor Valdez, I should clarify this. Sonny says, not me. Sonny says, and in my opinion, as in Sonny's opinion, Victor Valdez is better than Alisson. Here you go, another hot take. Wow. Well, that's your opinion. That's your opinion, I guess. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I'd say Alisson is a better shot stopper. Better in one-on-ones. But in terms of ball playing ability, I guess maybe Valdez was better. It's tough to say. If I had to have a choice between a keeper, between Valdez and Alisson, I would take Alisson, because I think his shot stopping ability is very important. Valdez was good. Puyol was the best captain. Yeah, he was good captain for Barcelona. I remember like the kind of FIFA. It was more kind of PES games back then. Remember the PES games, Pro Evolution Soccer. Puyol was amazing. Esan_A1 says France are unlucky that their defense and mid is injured. Yeah, I hear ya. I hear ya. Even then, I would have liked to have I would have liked to have seen a bit more effort. To be fair, from France. Like, I appreciate they don't have a full strength team out, but I'd like to have seen a bit more urgency compared to what they're doing. I still think the players that they do have on the pitch are good enough, are better than what they're showing. Lewis Wilson says that's one of the worst takes I've ever seen. which take specifically, the one about Valdez, or a different take? Danny in the right back, Valdez for goalkeeper, and of course false nine for Messi. I hear ya. Yeah, they did change the way kind of football is played, I think. Koundé, Saliba, Tchouaméni got a knock. Camavinga, Griezmann all had big injuries. Yeah, I hear ya. They are. I think for me, like, France are weakened, but if we look at the players they do have, like, they've got Dembele, they've got Elise. I've not seen Elise this game. Doué, Mbappe, Konate, Hernandez. I still expect them to put up a bit more effort, if you know what I mean. Like, I still think they're good. Like, even if they're not at 100%, we can still say they're still at 70%, which shouldn't be this bad. Lewis says Valdez over Alisson. Yeah, I'd go with Alisson. Valdez was kind of very good with the ball at his feet, but I think Alisson is a more well-rounded goalkeeper. And let's say that Valdez is maybe 10% better with his feet, but I think Alisson is maybe like 70% better in terms of stopping the ball. So you overall, I think you still get a better package with Alisson. Alisson's shot stopping ability is very good one-on-ones, decent at penalties. Has kind of saved our backsides multiple times. So yeah, I love Alisson. CR says, you think La France can bring this back? Yep. I think it's possible with the players that they have on the pitch. But they just seem so sleepy. They seem so sleepy and tired, if you know what I mean. So even though they got the talent, if they're like, then it ain't gonna happen. What do you think, though? What do you think? I just think they look pretty demotivated. Matches that take was as cold as Palmer. That's a pretty good one. Match is already over. I think so. Yeah, it was in 2009. Isn't the match where even the great Ferguson was shaking from an inexperienced manager? Yeah, I hear you. I think Barcelona were pioneers to a certain degree in terms of playing this 4-3-3 system that kind of everyone does now. Johnny says, what position do you play? As in me specifically, I haven't played football for a long time, but I perhaps need to get back into it. User 5580158749216. That sounds like a phone number. Says, think France should bring on Rayan Cherki for that creativity. That's actually a good shout, I think. I think that's a good shout. And I think Cherki is not like a quote-unquote starter, which is probably a good thing because he'll feel like he's got a point to prove, and I think he'll put in more effort. Who would you bring him on for? Maybe for Elise or something, but I think bringing on the youngsters, if I can use that word. Cherki don't look young. He looks like he's 40 with a divorce and like 10 kids, but he is quite young. But I think Cherki's a good shout. Yeah, I hear you. I thought they'd do a lot better than they're kind of doing over here. If they come out strong, they could do it, I reckon. They 100% have the players for it. Yeah, that's the kind of point I think I was making to Esan earlier. Like, I appreciate France are weakened, but even what they have on the pitch is still really good. Like, okay, yeah, they don't have Griezmann, but they got Doué. Doué, we can make the argument, was the man of the match in that Champions League final. France have got enough on the pitch to turn this around. I think you can say from a technical standpoint, they've got the ability. From a physical standpoint, they just look tired. They look sleepy. They look like they don't want to be there. They look like they want to be, watching anime back in the hotel. They're playing like with their shoulders dropped, like it's a chore. So if they're unmotivated, it's going to be tough. Elise is doing well. He just needs to have a go. Yeah, instead of trying to play it. Yeah, I hear ya. Well, they're coming out for the second half now. Let's hope. They give it a bit more. Sonny says, Isan's making excuses. Jesus Christ, you're gonna get me in trouble, Sonny. Barcelona didn't have Koundé and Bolde at the Champions League. Yeah, so I mean, you're basically making the same point that I am. That like, I perhaps made it slightly more eloquently, but I probably made it the same point perhaps in a more democratic fashion, basically saying, okay, I appreciate. You can tell the people I have to deal with that work sometimes. I have to phrase things in a certain way, but I'm like, I appreciate they perhaps are not at full strength, but I think they should still have enough strength to win this. Yeah. You think Lamine will get subbed, yellow card, and being physical? I think they'll probably keep him on. Enjoy the game, brother. Enjoy the game. I hope you enjoy the game as well. Take care. All the best. The time, it is not your shirt. Oh, as in, do you mean I didn't stop the timer? I think. Set that back to 45. What I will say, this game's already better than yesterday's. Yesterday's was a bore, man. Like, if you watch it back, I was falling asleep. Johnny says, what's your favorite anime? To be honest, I'm not like a huge kind of anime guy. Like, I like Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super was really good. I watched One Punch Man. That was good. There's this one that like I'm halfway through for the last 6 months and I haven't resumed it yet, called FRIMPONG. It's about this like girl who's like a witch, but it's pretty good. But yeah, I'm not like a huge anime guy. I wish I did watch more. But yeah, I'd probably say Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball Z. How about you? Second half's kicked off. I play as in the stands as a fan and had 0 goals and 1,000 assists. Fair enough. You are at least helping the team there. Get ready for 80th minute Mbappe penalty. Then the World Cup final replay. You spell Mbappe like that twice. Is that like a slander name? Is that like a slander name for him that I don't know, like Mbappe? Or is it just a deliberate typo? Interesting. Sunny says my favorite anime is High School DxD. And Johnny also says High School DxD. What is this? I'm not going to put it on the screen just yet in case it's like a... it's like a touchy... a high school student who desires to be a harem king and is killed by his first day. Interesting. I mean, this is definitely Japanese, judging by the illustrations. Even Hulk Hogan loves it, brother. I'm a bench player, says Johnny. But then what position do you play when you come on? That is the question. Ooh, not bad, not bad. Dembele just a bit late at the far post there. Theo Hernandez with a nice cross. France, at the very least, have shown a bit more urgency in the first few minutes than the entirety of the first half. So there's hope for France yet. Based on how it is right now, looks like a Spain-Portugal final. Again, poor pass by Dembele, loses the ball. France get it back though. The German sniper Tony Cruz or the orchestrator Andrea Pirlo. Ooh, Yamal was through there. But I think that was a nice tackle. But I think a penalty's been given by the rubbish English referee Michael Oliver. That looked like a decent tackle by Rabiot. They're just surrounding the referee like, pourquoi? They're saying, c'est bon. Mon tackle est très bon. Oh no, that's horrible. They've shown the replay now, and he did not get any of the ball. He just got all of Yamal's right leg. So I take back Le Francais that I was just saying. Michael Oliver, is he the bold one? Now the referee. He's actually the only English referee I think who's not bold. He's got like short black hair. Always got tail in his hair, and then oil. But it's my penalty here. I guess in answer to your question, it depends where the bigger gap is in the team. In terms of ability, they're probably quite similar. So it depends if the team needs a defensive midfielder or more of a kind of central midfielder. CM is mine, but I'm mostly on the bench, Kaz, because I have personal problems with me. Fair enough. The coach needs to sort himself out then and give you more time on the pitch. The coach needs to leave their personal problems off the pitch and give you an opportunity to play. Okay, I take that back. I understand. But even then, maybe you're in a loving relationship. Does the coach really wanna jeopardize a loving relationship for his daughter by placing you on the bench? Seems like the coach needs to mature a certain degree. Penaldo versus Pemal. Oh God, Pemal. Is that the name for Salah? Not Salah, Yamal. Sorry. She likes me exactly. I think the coach needs to grow up a little bit here. Yamal's penalty and he scores. 3-0. France are trying to rival Inter Milan for who got embarrassed most in the last 2 weeks. Or in the last 1 week even. Sonny says maybe the coach thought he would miss just like he does in the game. Fix your shooting. He's more of a central midfielder. I think Johnny was saying he's more of a central midfielder. So I guess there could be shooting, but there could also be passing. But sometimes coaches and teachers and things, they can be a bit weird. It's weird because like even now, like obviously I don't go to school anymore. But sometimes like your teachers would do like weird things in school, and then when you're younger, you kind of think, yeah, of course, like you think, okay, I was wrong. Of course the teacher's right because the teacher knows more. And then you grow up, and then 20 years later you think back to it and you're like, no, the teacher was not right. I was right. I was right. Oh, Spain again. They're running away with it here. 4-0. You're embarrassing yourself, France. I'm embarrassed to know your language. Le français? C'est quoi? C'est très drôle. C'est très drôle. Je suis d'accord. Incroyable. I don't know why that came out American. Don't shake your head, Ibu. Don't shake your head, Ibu. You're the leader at the back of the defense. You want Van Dijk money? You want Van Dijk money? You sort this out. I don't mean to kind of glaze Van Dijk, but like if Van Dijk was there, you wouldn't be conceding 4. Let's see the replay. You can perhaps blame Ibu for that. He was out of position. He lost the ball. You're embarrassing yourself, France. This is that's the thing with KONATE. I think KONATE is very good kind of when he plays alongside Van Dijk, but like when the responsibility is on his shoulders to kind of be the leader, I don't feel like he really ever kind of excels. Yeah, a lot of people online criticizing KONATE, saying he's not the same without Van Dijk holding his hand. I perhaps wouldn't phrase things so bluntly, but I understand where they're coming from. Johnny says the coach says don't pass, but I'm the playmaker. Well, Johnny is the Andrea Pirlo of the team, so I think the coach needs to work on their suggestions. He's stupid. He does sound very stupid. Dembele wanted to feel what Inter felt, and he's showcasing the masterclass. I mean, it certainly looks like that here. I can't lie. Dembele wanted to experience kind of both sides of the, what could you say? Ooh, Mbappe. Penalty! Again, like, Mbappe did the move that strikers do, which is like they beat somebody and then they go down. And then these idiot referees, especially these idiot English referees, like, there, to just point at the spot. If you're a striker here, just kind of swivel a little bit and fall over. Nah, Mbappe's conned the referee there. As much as I despise Tottenham, I don't think Porro did much wrong. Like penalties and penalty decisions, I feel are just too favoured in the striker's favour. Like, what's the defender supposed to do? Just let the striker run past? But anyway, it is what it is. La France now with a chance to score le goal. Is he gonna miss? He doesn't miss, he scores. 4-1. They are putting me to work today, having to update this damn scoreline every 2 seconds. Decent penalty, man. A decent penalty. Let's see, will this inject a bit of life into the French, who have thus far appeared lifeless and morbid? I mean, Porro letting France back into the game would be the Spursiest thing I've ever seen. Nicely kind of cut inside by Williams. But not quite enough. Al Hilal are apparently interested in Mr. Darwin Núñez. I wouldn't mind a bit of that. Hero Breen says, when is the deal happening? WIRTZ and Kirkers. That's a good question, because I was just checking that right now. The zoom on this is a bit crazy. Basically, it says, Liverpool fans can rest easy. Negotiations are underway. It hasn't happened yet, but the player is clear about it. So this is WIRTZ. He said no to Bayern Munich and Man City. He wants to go to Liverpool. He has an agreement with Liverpool. So now the two clubs are negotiating. It's understood that the structure needs to talk. So that takes a while. It's a record figure, so it's normal. Negotiations are still underway. And from what I'm told, things are going very well. The deal is going to happen. I think the deal is going to happen. What's his name? WIRTZ has pretty much confirmed it on his own Instagram. I think, was it Pixel yesterday? Was it 2 days ago? Was it yesterday? Where WIRTZ basically came out on his Instagram saying, I respect players. I don't ask for their shirts. So in terms of when, hopefully soon. Another thing we need to consider is pre-season for Liverpool starts on 13th of July. So these MFers, they barely get a month off. they barely get a month off work. And I think Liverpool will want to have pretty much, but not even pretty much. I think Liverpool will want to have all the players in before then. So I think it'll happen in the next kind of week or so. How many Ballon d'Ors would Mbappe win? Can he beat Messi? No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe one or two, but I don't see him winning a significant amount. Sell Darwin, we don't need him, says Hero Breen. Agree with you there. I think this is the right time to sell him, because we've given him 3 years now and he hasn't really performed. You could say the one season he looked decent was last year, but I think the fact that we were in the Europa League, that skewed his statistics to a certain degree. But I think now he's been here 3 years, it hasn't really worked out. And I think if we were to give him one more year, then his contract would be 1 year closer to expiring, therefore his value would go down. So I think this is the right time to sell him. Apparently Saudi are interested, apparently Napoli are interested, apparently everyone's interested, my mom's interested, my uncle's interested, everyone's interested. So let's make use of that interest and let's get as much money as we can. Johnny says the coach says don't pass, but I'm the playmaker. Since you're the playmaker, Johnny, I think you need to pass. Ignore the coach. Your coach doesn't seem to know what he's on about. Andy Robertson in the chat, Liverpool's left back. Good to have you here, Andy. What's the Spain score? It's 4-1. I don't know why my thing says 4-2. Probably because I'm an idiot. But it's 4-1. So Spurs, Spain were 4-0 up and then Mbappe got one back. Mr. Robertson says 4-1. Wow, yeah. It was 4-0. Like it was 4-0. Spain look a lot more energetic. Spain look like they want it. France look like they kind of can't be bothered, if I'm honest. They look pretty lazy. They look pretty lethargic. I mean, getting a goal back has perhaps saved it from being embarrassing, if you know what I mean. But let's see what happens. Johnny says, carry on. I was full of anger. I did not come on. We lost 4-0. I'm the one who assist. But the bald guy don't understand. I think your bald coach is just jealous of your footballing acumen. Yeah. Pixel with the frogs, I think. I think those things are frogs. I might have to check that later. Boris says, did you know that Kartoffel likes eating gluten tag? And Florian WIRTZ. I didn't know that, but I know that now. Doesn't Guten Tag mean good morning? What's gluten tag? Hero Brian says, IPL RCB won the first IPL trophy. We had a felicitation program the next day. The team announced free tickets for the celebrations. The capacity was 35k, but 200,000 people turned up. And 11 people died and 50 injured. Damn, that's terrible. Kind of sorry to hear that. I mean, as you've kind of described, it sounds like there was kind of a bit of a pile-on because they weren't expecting those kind of numbers. I mean, that's terrible, man. You just gotta kind of consider their families at kind of that sort of time. I mean, hopefully they've kind of learned their lessons from it. If that's, so that this kind of thing doesn't happen again. But yeah. Especially kind of considering it was like a celebration as well. Sunny says, and what about 7 people who died during the stampede? The police even said you guys should host it, but still be ashamed of it. Yeah. I mean, if they can't host these things safely, they perhaps shouldn't be doing it. Yeah, it's not ideal, is it? So my match just froze. And then when it unfroze, Yamal is now celebrating. Don't tell me this. Oh my god, it's 5-1. It's 5-1. Longley is trash, man. 5-1, guys. Sorry, KONATE. I appreciate KONATE wasn't at fault there, but like if you want Van Dijk money, you're gonna need to show a level of capability when Van Dijk's not there. 5-1 is just embarrassing. Don't get me wrong. 3-0 is embarrassing. 4-0 is embarrassing, but 5-1. Boris says, did you know that Carter's had suit? I don't know what that means. Did you know WIRTZ listens to... I also don't know what that means. RCB won their first trophy after 18 years. People overwhelmed because the team turned up in massive numbers. We wanted to have a parade but cancelled it due to traffic issues, I see. Yeah. I think perhaps they need to kind of think about the kind of logistics of these kind of things going forward. I appreciate kind of everyone wants to celebrate and it's like a happy time, but it seems like if they're not organized, kind of terrible things can happen. Hader says, will be interesting to see who gets the Ballon d'Or now. It will. I think Mr. Mohamed Salah should be getting it. Not that I'm biased or anything. But I'm hearing a lot of shouts for Yamal today. This has become a thing apparently. The whole season I've just been hearing, it's Dembele or it's Salah or it's Rafinha. But like suddenly a lot of kind of shouts for Yamal. Personally, I give it to Salah because I think the number of kind of goals and assists that he's gotten this year are amazing, and also perhaps from a sentimental perspective. And I don't think I don't know if this should factor into the thinking, but from a sentimental perspective, Yamal is gonna win. Like he's gonna win 5-10 Ballon d'Ors in the next 5-10 years. Like just give it to Salah, man. Give it to him. Give it to the Bachara. Just give it to him, man. Just let him have one. Yamal, you're gonna win another. You're gonna win another billion Ballon d'Ors when Salah is like retired or he's got his feet up in Saudi playing Saudi league. Just let Salah have one. That's my thinking. Johnny says, now my headphones died. Dang. I guess the wireless headphones. Yeah, better charge those up. Hader says, a big up broski. Been a while. I ain't seen your stream. Yeah, it's been less. I guess kind of less streams recently as the football's kind of died down, kind of thing. I think a few weeks ago we had like semi-final every day and then another semi-final and then Premier League. Whereas now kind of with the things kind of finished, kind of died down a bit. But the good thing is it seems to be ramping up a bit again. Good thing for us, not for these guys, not for the footballers. They look exhausted because they're not getting any time off. But it's a good thing for us to kind of watch it. So yeah. I had a bit of a break when they had a bit of a break, but now they're being worked like dogs again. They're being made to earn that 200 grand a week. This game is like deciding the Ballon d'Or, Dembele or Salah and Lamine Yamal. I get the point, but I think equally for me, I don't think we can base the decision entirely off a single game. Like I just feel like a lot of people are forgetting what Salah did this season. Dembele just hit the post. Like I don't want recency bias to kind of cloud the award. Even though that will happen, and even though recency bias is a human tendency, I just want people to take in. I just want people to take in the whole season. A bunch of the voters are gonna want to be the first to vote for Yamal, though. That's why. That's why I think he'll get it. Possibly. He's the more kind of sexy player in some ways, and I feel like it's a popularity contest at the end of the day. The Ballon d'Or is a popularity contest, and who wins the popularity contest? The prettiest girl. And who's the prettiest girl? Lamine Yamal. so I'd understand it. I'd understand it from that perspective. But like, I got a bad feeling that Salah ain't even gonna come second. I think if Salah was like French or something. Let's see, man. But I think you guys might be right. It'll be disappointing. Don't worry, it won't keep me up at night. But it will be. It will be. It will be quite disappointing, I think. Hero Brian says, I meant to say people turned up in massive numbers and there was chaos and people wanted to see the team. Yeah. I'll be honest. I don't really watch cricket. But if we're saying that there's been, I think the general kind of gist of the point was they won a trophy. They did a victory celebration. They had way more people than they expected, and naturally bad things happened. So yeah, they need to think about how they do these things in the future. Into PSG numbers, yeah. Was it 5-1 or 5-0? I can't even remember, but close enough. I can't remember, Was it 5-0? I swear it was 5-0. Let me check. Yeah, it was 5-0, yeah. But close enough, I guess. I mean, France only scored because they had a penalty, and he's like, do penalties really count? So yeah, close enough. Now my Wi-Fi is gone. What a problematic life I live. Yeah, man. First world problems. I hear ya. It's annoying. I try to do this over Wi-Fi. Like I was gonna say back in the day, but like back in the day was like 2 months ago. But like over Wi-Fi, like I would just lag, and people would say stream's buggy. So now I'm plugged in via Ethernet. But I don't have Ethernet everywhere, I guess. So yeah, have to use Wi-Fi sometimes. Oh, here's Mbappe, and he fluffed that up. Salah doesn't have the international pedigree if he was Brazilian or heck even Portuguese. God forbid he'd be a Ballon d'Or contender every year. Yeah, I think you're right. I think unfortunately, I think you're right. I think if he was Brazilian or Argentine or yeah, or even English. I think even if he was English, like a Harry Kane type of guy, I think he'd have better PR. I mean, Salah's story is amazing. The fact that I think I was reading like he had to like get like a bus and he had to get like 4 hours to practice and kind of 4 hours back. So his story is actually quite humbling, but it's not. Unfortunately, these things don't carry value in the awards. Yeah, that's the thing. If he was called Salinho or Sala de Silva or Salesi. Like Salesi, yeah. I can see Salesi winning a Ballon d'Or. I can't see Salah winning a Ballon d'Or, unfortunately. Cricket. Cricket is a crazy sport in India, yeah. I think it's the national sport, isn't it? Kind of people are proper into cricket. It gets kind of proper tribal. It's the national sport. People are proper into it. I can't lie. It's a fun sport to play. Cricket. It's a fun sport to play. I have seen one cricket match. I think it was India versus Pakistan. Edgbaston. It was in Edgbaston, Birmingham. I enjoyed it. I had fun. The thing I remember from the cricket match, like there was all like Buddhian Buddha in the crowd, so like old women and old men, and they were like proper into it. They were like, and I'm like, what's Auntie G doing? What's Auntie G? What is she doing? What is she doing? She's like 70. And she's giving it to like Abdul Ghaffar on the other side who supports the other team. I'm like, wow, I didn't know the kind of love and the like intensity for cricket was quite so intense. I was like, fair play, Auntie. Ooh, that's a nice goal. It's Sharky. I think somebody earlier was asking for him to come on, and he scored a nice little volley there. Nice little goal there. France is cooked just like my footballing future. Well, thankfully they've got one back. He's not able to win he's not able to win the big matches. This is Mbappe. I hear ya. He's not like a game changer on his own to the extent that you could say a Messi was, to the extent that you could say a Ronaldo was, or the extent that you could say like a Gerrard was. Like he's not like the type of player to kind of drag a team along on his own. But it is what it is. Who was the last African to win the Ballon d'Or? Was it George Weah? If it was, that was a very long time ago. I was a kid when George Weah was playing. Oh, okay, hockey's the national sport. I've heard of that. I've heard that fact, actually. I think you're correct. It was on like one of these quiz shows, like what's the national sport of India? And the person said cricket, but the correct answer was hockey. Test match is so boring. 20 is sick though. Yeah, test matches, that's the one that kind of lasts like a couple of days or a week type of thing. Yeah, I ain't got the patience for that. I went to watch, I think it was like a 1 day thing. It was at Edgbaston, Pakistan versus India. I mean, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I just didn't expect like all the aunties and uncles to be like proper like giving it a go. They're passionate about it. What could you say? Did you get in touch with Loudmouth Football? Not yet. I'll need to do that. I will need to do that. Auntie was not a Man City Arsenal fan. No, she was either an India fan or a Pakistan fan. I can't remember. If she was sitting. I remember she was sitting on the left, but I can't remember what team that was. But no, she was proper. She was proper into it. Actually, there's no national sport in India. Is that because multiple sports are popular? Johnny with the Gerard emotes there. I'm glad those are catching on. it only took me like half an hour to create that, but I'm glad I'm glad someone's using it. Test match is the true form of cricket, but the true form is boring as hell. I hear ya. I don't have the patience for that. Like my uncles, like they watch cricket and like they're like watching it for days on end. A cricket is like a TV series because they're just like day after day after day. Whereas a one day is more like a movie. Like you can watch a movie and then you can go. I'm more into that. Johnny says, I didn't know you had this. Yeah, there should be one of like slot. One of slot, there's one of Salah. I think. Something like that. Yeah. Because no sport is officially documented as a national sport. Oh, right, okay. So no sport is officially ordained as the national sport. It's just kind of what some people consider. Fair enough. Yeah, that's it. That's my favorite one. I was thinking I'm forgetting one. It's that one there. It's that McAllister one. Uma bro, my suggestion is don't stream in both platforms because you miss a lot of the comments, do I? I'll have to scroll up. Oh yeah, I have missed a few. Mbappe is losing his standard. Yeah. He's just not like a game changer on his own for me. He's always kind of he's a player who I feel kind of plays well when others play. Ooh, own goal by Spain. Vivian. Why does he have like the name of like a 70-year-old woman? Vivian kicks it into his own goal. (5-3). That was poor, man. He needs to do better with that. Allison, that's another good one, gotta say. But let's be honest, football is the sport of the world because it ends in maximum 120 minutes. The same things make you laugh. The same things make you cry. Yeah, I guess that's one of the good things about football. You'll be done maybe in like 90 minutes. And it needs like the least amount of equipment. That's probably why it's popular. Because you pretty much just need a ball. And then you can play football. Whereas with cricket, you need a bat and you need a ball. And it's a bit harder. With hockey, it's even harder. Whereas with football, you just need one thing. And then you're good. Hero Brian says... bro, do you want to join our Liverpool community? Please do follow COPA of India. Yep, definitely check them out. Hero Brian says, bro, I want to meet you when I'm at the UK. Sounds good to me. Nah, man, I'm a lover of Barcelona. The reason I'm here is because I'm bored and I like watching him. Fair enough. I'll take that as a compliment. Spain whilst beating France. Yeah, we could say that was Spain. Well, that was Spain when they were 4-0 up. France are coming back into it. So we can at least say they didn't. Do an Inter Milan. They're at least showing a bit of fight. They're at least showing, a bit of pride, should we say. They're at least showing a bit of pride. You don't even need a ball, just a plastic bottle and a pair of slippers. Yeah, that's a fair point, actually. You don't even need a ball, yeah. You can just play with whatever you find, I guess, and kind of make do. And it's probably so much harder to control it's probably so much harder to control a bottle than it is to control a ball, so it might make you even better with the ball. Oh, France just hit the bar there. Kolo Muane. Johnny says, Sonny is not Figo. Respect to him. Fair enough. France are showing some fight, though. France are showing a bit of fight. They're not going down without a fight. Marino faking injury. Gotta run that clock down, if you know what I mean. That's a pretty good one. Nah, it's easy to control a bottle, just ask Arsenal fans. Does that mean it's easy to control a bottle or hard to control a bottle? India was such a good footballing nation once upon a time, but cricket overshadowed it and football became less popular. I see. So cricket was what more people played by the sounds of it. Johnny says, when will you stream next? In terms of football stuff, probably Saturday. I'm probably gonna stream on my gaming channel tomorrow, which I'll do a shameless plug of. Shameless plug. So yeah, be doing some game streaming tomorrow, basically because I've completed the game. I've completed the game that I was playing. And once you complete the game, then you can unlock basically all the secret dungeons where you fight like super strong enemies who are stronger than the final boss. So that's what I want to do. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. But football will be back on Saturday. I think is it Netherlands on Saturday? I know England are playing on Saturday, but like I've got no interest in watching England at this point. It's Netherlands. It's Netherlands that I want to see. Yeah, Netherlands and Finland. Want to see Frimpong. Want to see Gakpo. Want to see Gravenberch. Want to see Van Dijk. But you still check who's the fourth largest goal scorer. Yeah, games tomorrow. And the fourth highest goal scorer scored against the likes of Bangladesh and Thailand. Don't compare him to Messi or Ronaldo. I think Messi and Ronaldo on a planet of their own, to be fair. It'll be interesting to see if Yamal can reach that planet. When will you stream next? Gaming tomorrow, whereas football will be Saturday. Mohun Bagan is the Real Madrid of Indian football. Very nice. We'll have to check them out. What game? It's called Claire Obscure Expedition 33. It's like a role-playing game, but it's amazing. If you like those kind of games, I'd recommend it. I will come on Saturday. What game? Saturday it will be Netherlands versus Finland. But tomorrow I'll be playing the computer game, which is Claire Obscure. Yeah, but he's been our GOAT. We should respect him. We don't have the facilities and we didn't get the chance to prove ourselves. Johnny says I will come on Saturday. Nice, see you Saturday. Should be an interesting match. I want to see how Frimpong does in particular. Frimpong in particular, he doesn't play right back for Netherlands. He plays as more of a kind of right winger. So I just want to see how he does. Yeah, I think it's probably too late for France to score at least 2 more goals now. But I respect the fact that they showed a bit of pride. They showed a bit of fight at the end. Penaldo versus Pemal. What a match to witness, indeed. The funny thing is with Europa League, there's also a playoff, isn't there? So there's also like the third place match. So it'll be Germany versus France. Germany versus France in the afternoon. In the afternoon, my time. Whereas I guess that will be evening in India, and I guess it will be morning in the US. But Germany versus France at 2:00. And then Portugal versus Spain at 8:00. Wow. Oh my God, France have got another. Is that Ibu? No, it's not Ibu. Shit. He kind of jumped like Ibu, but it's not. But dang. 5-4. Mr. Kolo Muani. Oh, nice, man. Nice cross. Cross was between... Again, Shirky again, man. Shirkies look good, I can't lie. Pixel says, Mastuono to Real Madrid for 40 million soon. Wow. 40 million, that's quite... Is that like a fair price? That seems quite high for a prospect. This is the same club that was begging us to give them Trent for free. And suddenly they're pulling out money for Howson. They're pulling out money for... Oh, is he that good, is he? He's insane. I've heard he's very good. Argentine winger. I swear to God, if France made a comeback, then hallelujah. Indeed. Hallelujah in the Cathedral of Notre Dame, which has apparently recently reopened in France. When I went to France last year, the cathedral was closed because it got set on fire or something. But apparently it's reopened now. So, hallelujah for the cathedral, I guess. It's Real Madrid. They can do anything with Papa Perez. Very true. How much added time? About another 10 seconds. About another 10 seconds. India didn't prioritize their money to make India a great footballing nation. They didn't give them the resource, I see. Yeah, I think the influence or the emphasis was perhaps more on cricket and hockey as well, I guess. Chuni Goswami is a legendary Indian player. He sounds legendary. And now they're using resources to make sure cricket is higher than ever and football is lower than ever. Wow. They need to give football some appreciation as well. And it's full time. It is full time. 5-4. I mean 9 goals. 9 goals. We can't really complain, right? We cannot really complain. Shirky played very good when he came on. I appreciate his link to Man City and all that, but he was impressive. Spain are through to the final. Indeed, they are. Like a parent ignored their child because the other one was more adorable to them. I see. I see what you mean. Cool. Well, that's another game done. That's the semi-final done. So final on the weekend will be Spain versus Portugal, or as Sonny said, Penaldo versus Pemel. And the third place payoff is going to be Germany versus France, which will also be interesting. So yeah. The best youngster versus the second best player of all time, behind a certain Argentine. Adios, sayonara, and see you next time. Bye. Yeah, see you guys on the weekend. Probably do the Netherlands game, which might be a bit late based on certain time zones. But yeah, we'll do the Germany game as well and the final as well on the weekend. But yeah, cool. See you guys. Take care. All the best. All the best.